everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about my character Kiley Pierce, who is yet another Solstice soldier. If you couldn't tell, I kind of started with all of the so-called villains in the Stellar universe before the heroes when it comes to these full body shots. However, Kiley is a very complex character with complex motivations, so you can decide for yourself whether he is a hero, a villain, or somewhere in between. Alright, before we start, here's a disclaimer. I did this in the other videos that I've made, but here it is anyways, again, because it's just the facts. I will probably end up continuing to tweak these characters over time, so nothing about any of this is final. Of course, I will keep a lot of the core details, but as I improve, the characters will subsequently improve as well. Okay, so Kiley Pierce has quickly turned into one of my favorite original characters, mostly because of how his character has developed as I've been working on Stellar version 1.0 sequel. However, when it comes to his lore in Stellar version 1.0, I feel like he is still a compelling character if you read the pieces of his lore sprinkled throughout the game. Kiley was born on the planet Malian in the Ares sector, just like James. He was born into a loving family, unlike James. No shade to James. Okay, maybe a little bit, but anyway. Kiley's family only wanted the best for him and his younger sister Jaden, which contributed greatly to his morals and ideals early on as a child. His father was part of the rebel alliance on Malian called the Equinox, fighting against the dictatorship monarchy that the Adlers had imposed on the planet. Kiley really looked up to his father, thinking of him as a hero. Jaden, his younger sister, was even more impressionable. She was inspired to become an activist. However, when Kiley's parents were both killed after Solstice raided Kiley's home, Kiley and his sister were able to escape thanks to a few rebels showing up just in time to help the two kids escape. Kiley and Jaden's life would never be the same after that day. The siblings used their grief to help the Equinox, with Jaden doing it more outwardly with protests, while Kiley stayed in the shadows, creating weapons and gadgets for the rebel cause to make use of. Kiley always urged Jaden to start helping out more inconspicuously, worrying that one day Jaden would be caught and punished by Solstice in the Malian crown. Those fears one day became a reality after Jaden was indeed caught by the Prince of Malian himself. Kiley begged Prince Milo Adler to let Jaden go, with Milo replying that he would gladly do so if Kiley pledged his undying loyalty to Solstice for the rest of his life. Desperate for his sister's freedom, Kiley obliged. Unfortunately, Milo did not heed the agreement, placing Jaden in the feared Planetfall prison anyways. Kiley still has no idea that Milo completely backstabbed him. Kiley is the first character the player fights in Stellar version 1.0, and he comes off as cold, mysterious, and focused, which is unnerving. Sadie mentions that the way he walked made it seem like he was, quote, placing his claim on the very ground he stood on, which was honestly maybe a tad dramatic. The truth is, Kiley was completely out of it during his fight against Eugene at Meadows High School. He was content with either outcome. Eugene dies so he can't speak to Solstice about what he knows about Earth, or he dies, ending the torment that Solstice has brought upon him. These deep topics are things I delve more into in the coming Stellar games, and it was very difficult to write because of how heavy the topics were. However, getting into Kiley's head was a very interesting and satisfying thing to explore. I found myself struggling to draw Kiley early on in the development of Stellar version 1.0, particularly with his hair. His hair actually used to be insanely long and tied up into a ponytail, but as I experimented more with his design, I ended up landing on the design you see now. He's also hella tall. For some reason, I made this guy 6'3". That is so tall. In fact, I made a majority of the guys in Stellar really tall for some reason. Also, quickly circling back to his hair, I originally also had a design where his hair was like partly up, kind of like Albedo style from Genshin Impact, which I still think is really cool, and it's very similar to his current hairstyle, so I think in the future, I'll definitely make a sprite or something where his hair is tied up like that, because I still think it looks really good with his hair. I only tweaked a few things from the original Kiley sprite, and it's really just about personal taste. 2 eyebrow slits became 1, I removed his 2 moles, etc, etc. I also added some jewelry, which, yes, if you read Kiley's journal in Stellar version 1.0, he does indeed like jewelry, so that choice was not entirely just self-indulgence. I also designed Kiley's shoes for the first time, much like James. It was very exciting to do this yet again, because I had no idea what his shoes were like. So I settled on some boots that I think he would find stylish and practical, with also some jewelry on those shoes too, a little like silver chain thingy. I don't know how that would be practical actually now that I'm thinking about it, but it just looks cool, so like, slay. Kiley's in his slay hour, okay? I also really do like his sword, but I did some yet again small design changes to make it seem more lunar inspired and more sleek, which I feel like is more of his style. Something that he would be proud of, I think, because he also welds, so he made this sword himself. Fun fact. Like I said earlier, he made weapons for the Equinox, so he customized this sword. Hell yeah, he's cool. He's so cool. I'm a little silly in this one, aren't I, guys? It's kind of late when I'm recording this. Anyways, overall, in retrospect, I really didn't expect to fall in love with Kiley as much as I have. So far, I write in his POV 5 times during Stellar version 1.0 sequel, which goes to show how important he will be in the next Stellar games. I want to thank you guys for waiting a couple weeks for a new video. I know I have a small audience, but I've been wanting to try uploading regularly with some semblance of a schedule, and I kind of wrecked that as of late. However, that's because I'm working on a big video that will be posted on the 1-year anniversary of Stellar version 1.0. I really hope I can finish it amidst college shenanigans, because it's the end of the quarter. What? It's crazy. And I promise I'll try my best. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's a little chaotic this time because I'm a little silly right now. But I still hope you enjoyed it. If you did, a like, a comment, and a subscribe would be deeply appreciated. Love you all. See ya!